from Richmond, Virginia, 43 years old. I have 3 beautiful kids. Lamar from Richmond, Virginia, 43 years old. I have 3 beautiful kids. I've been incarcerated for the last 18 years, fighting to get home to my family. I'm engaged to a beautiful woman. Like to read, write books. I think that's about it about. I hope people hear this and realize, even though we're incarcerated, that we still can chase our dreams. We still can do certain stuff to better ourselves, to better our future, and to help our family. You talking about being here or writing?
In there.
Well, a lot of people automatically think when you in here that you're automatically guilty. A lot of people read a newspaper article on me where the prosecution lied and said they think the 25 people who came forward on me, which they did bring 25 people to court, but 25 people never testified against me. I was convicted all for 2 people trying to get time passed out of their own troubles. So I kept quiet for a long time, just gathering evidence. Now that my story is coming out, a lot of people is like, oh, he won't lie. He didn't do it.
Now, based on what you just told me, what do you think most people misunderstand about the justice system?
A lot of people think that the justice system abides by the law, but they don't abide by their own rules. They just tell a good story to convict somebody, and as long as they get that conviction under their belt. Like my situation, they hid a lot of evidence that would have freed me when I went to trial. And they still trying to hide that evidence, but we found out about it. The justice system don't abide by their own rules. They think they bigger than the law and can do what they want. And then don't want to admit that they wrong.
Wow, that's deep. Now, speaking of the justice system, do you have a message for the youth?
I tell the youth, don't come in here because they're making the prison system harder, locking us down majority of the time, and they locking us up and throwing away the keys. Well, my GED teacher, she put it in my head to become a writer after reading an essay I wrote. I used to always go to class and go to sleep. And one time she asked me to write an essay for her. I told her no problem. And when she read it, she said, well, I didn't think it was going to be this good. She was like, have you ever thought about writing a book? I was like, no. She was like, well, you should think about it. So that would actually put the thought in my head to start writing.
Now, Mar, throughout your journey, one thing that really stood out to me is that you didn't just endure your circumstances. You created something, which is going to bring me to my next question. Was there a specific moment when you realized writing was your calling?
Well, after I published my first book, I was ready to go. So I started working on another book and ended up working on about 3 books at one time. And my sales partner come in the room and he like, bro, how you doing that? And I was like, doing what? He was like, bro, you write multiple books at the same time. I had people spread out all over the bed and I'm just going from one to the next, one to the next. I was like, I don't know. Then I was like, well, this might be for me. My story's just coming to me, bro. He was like, dang, I wish I could do that.
All right, so we talked about how writing became part of your journey. I would love to learn more about the stories you created. Now, which one of your books holds the most personal meaning to you and why?
Well, I actually published 3 books. Bar and Life for Life are my other 2 books. Bars is a poem book. I would say that one means more to me, represents me more because the emotions in that book are real. It took me roughly around 10 years to get my first book published. And then when I thought I found a publisher, she ended up stealing money. So I would say that was my biggest challenge I overcame as an author.
Story is one of strength, and I'm sure there are people listening who may feel like their circumstances are holding them back. If you could speak directly to someone who was afraid to chase their dreams, what would you tell them?
I tell them dreams are only dreams if we don't do anything to make them come true. No matter what your situation is, if you're in prison, you decide to be an author or a writer, start writing. Even if you take 30 minutes to an hour out your day to put something on paper, you can go back and edit it later. Like, don't waste your dreams, no matter your circumstance.
Now, let's look ahead for a moment because I know your story is still being written. Is there anything next for you? Do you have any upcoming projects you would like readers to know about?
Well, I got some good feedback on DJ Out for Blood, so I'm working on part 2 to that. I'm also working on putting my story out there and telling how the courts falsified charges on me, falsified evidence, tried to hide evidence. I'll put a petition on change.org/bring Lamar home with some of my story out there. I've kept quiet for almost 18 years now. So now I'm bringing everything to light about me. And I'm focused on my story so everybody would know.
Okay, so now people may remember books, interviews, or the headlines, but legacy is definitely something much deeper than that. What do you want people listening to this to remember about you?
Remember that I never gave up. I stayed strong through anything that came my way. I fought out it. I never slacked. I would want people to remember. I recently just got certified to be a peer recovery specialist. So I'm just focused on getting home to my family. And here you can become institutionalized. And once I'm out here, I don't want to bring these ways home into my household.
And so the program that you said that what's the name of the program again? I'm sorry.
Maintaining positive change.
Oh, okay.
Coping with trauma. I also became a peer recovery specialist to help others. So so they can go home to their family and don't bring this prison stuff home with them.
Now, Lamar, so
They keep me strong. If I have something on my mind, I can call either one of them and talk to them. They always here for me. They always have advice for me. And the guys in here also helps me stay strong. They come to me for advice, so I have to leave that example. I have to get up. I have to push them. So I can't afford to be moping around over something I don't have no control over.
now as you reflect on your journey from where you were to where you are today, I'm sure you've seen yourself change in many ways. What has growth looked like for you over the years?
I think my thinking, my attitude, think about the consequences behind my actions, who else I might get into this situation. I tend to think about my family, my kids. So that's growth to me.
As we begin to wrap up our conversation, I would like to leave our audience with one final thought. Can you please tell the Chambers one thing you want the world to remember about you?
I want to be an inspiration to the world, from where I came from and to where I'm going. That's it. You see me overcome my struggles, my wrongdoing, and just see me better myself.
Wow, that's a great way to close this out. So it looks like we're done here, but I want to thank you for sharing your time, your perspective, and your story with us. I would truly appreciate your openness and you willing to have this conversation with me. I wish you continued success with your writing, and I look forward to seeing what comes next for you. Thank you again, and thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.